welcome to the podcast, Can You Take My Shift? Your favorite coworkers are off the clock and back for another episode. Two girls, an egg full of mung beans, here to bring you the hottest sensation in town. Welcome to Can You Take My Shift, starring Amy and Kelsey. Coming live to you this Tuesday evening. Take her away, Amy.
Beautiful, beautiful. So on trend.
Thank you.
I can't believe you just had that laying there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. So you said, like, that two mung beans and that trend from TikTok. And I was like, wait, Trevor has a shaker. Because, so, unfortunately, earlier this year, it's going to start sad. Trevor's grandfather passed away. And at the celebration of life, his family asked him to play the ukulele and sing one of his grandpa's favorite songs. Mm-hmm. So Trevor was playing it, and he said, anyone can join in if you want. And now I didn't want to ruin the moment with my god-awful singing. So I talked about it, and I was like, I can play the tambourine. He's like, I can give you the shaker egg, but it's not really needed. But the funniest part was, so he sang, and he sang absolutely beautiful. His aunt comes up to us after the kind of all the talking's over and everyone's milling, and she's like, that was so beautiful. I was really praying no one would join in because I didn't want anyone to mess up your beautiful singing.
It's like in Elf, where the mom starts singing and she can't sing, but we need all the people to join in.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
He knows when you're... Yeah. No, thank you. Yes.
Speaking of Elf, which is a wonderful Christmas movie, Amy, it is only September 1st. It is too early for Christmas.
Yeah, it is way too early for Christmas. But you know,
although not if you are a capitalistic store that sells holiday decor.
In July.
In July, yes. Well, everyone, actually, you know what? This is what this week's episode is about. See that transition? Could have been better. Could have been worse. But
it wasn't that bad.
Thank you. I have a bone to pick. So, it is September 1st. And it is now fall. Even though it was 27 degrees out today, I was in a t-shirt. It's fall. So where is my cozy sweaters? Where is my scarf? And where's my pumpkin spice latte?
I mean, you can go get a pumpkin spice latte. There's nothing stopping you from that. You
can, because Starbucks announces fall starts on August 30th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So in honor of fall starting, I did go get my pumpkin spice cold foam.
Don't hurt yourself. It's a pumpkin cream cold brew.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I swear I'm not a robot.
You were trying to think of so many words to add there.
But there's so many different drinks there, and you know, I worked at Schmarbucks, and whatever. I feel like I can say I worked at Starbucks. It's been so long.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. So when I worked at Starbucks, I had there's so many drinks, and there were so many weird drinks, and they all just kind of mushed together in my head. Like, some of them I still remember exactly how to make. When it's kind of funny because when I'm talking to people who they don't know I didn't work at Starbucks, I feel like such that asshole when they say like, oh, this drink has this, and I'm like, well, actually, it doesn't.
Yeah, the number of people that still don't know a caramel macchiato does not have caramel in it besides, like, the drizzle. I think I get that at least once a month. People are like, what? I'm like, yeah, caramel is a very different flavor than vanilla? I don't know. I know it's not advertised, like, I get it, but...
And people who get the teas and they're, oh, I'm being so healthy. You know there's, like, 5 pumps of cane sugar in that, right? What do you mean? And the other one I always think, when people will get the refreshers and don't know they have caffeine in them.
Oh yeah, they're like, I'm gonna give my child a grande strawberry refresher. Okay, your child's gonna be bouncing off the wall.
Absolutely.
Like,
And because people would try to tell me how to make drinks, and I'm like, I don't want to be that asshole. But also, that's not right, Ellen.
actually, Ellen, that's not the
Actually,
truth.
that's not the truth. But Starbucks has declared on August 30th is the beginning of pumpkin spice season. So we get pumpkin spice from August 30th until it technically runs out.
Yeah, it's essentially okay. Yeah, because if we're gonna talk about this, yeah, I worked at Starbucks too for a very, 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 very long time, and yeah, essentially what they would do is they used to just like kind of keep shipping it, and sometimes we would have it till like February, like till when it expired. But the past like at least like the last like 2 years I worked there, kind of when they would announce like the Christmas drinks, they'd start easing up.
Yes.
Because people would forget about pumpkin spice or just not want it anymore. So then it would be a lot less of wasted product.
And I know people get excited, like every year you see it's pumpkin spice season, and it's just like everything's on fire and people are like swinging from the rooftops. But I get it. It's pumpkin, it's fall. And also, what I kind of find interesting, and which kind of why I want to talk about this, is so it used to be it started in October.
Yep.
But everything, because it used to be Halloween was really only celebrated in October, but then it started getting earlier and earlier and earlier until now we started celebrating it at the end of August. I think August 30th is like the earliest they get away with it. But corporations are just trying to squeeze out as much as they can.
For sure.
Like when we worked at the theme park, they had these parties, these Halloween parties. They started in August.
Yeah, they started, I think, the last 2 weekends. So kind of around the time like Americans go back to school, which is usually I think like the second or like the third week in August. So
yeah, and then now I've seen on TikTok people are going Halloween costumes. We're showing off last year's Halloween costumes. Our Halloween costumes from Baddies, and it's a bunch of Amazon links because of course it is. And it's kind of ask the question, does it make something less exciting, right? Because that's the thing when it comes down to holidays, birthdays, something is less exciting when it's every day, right? For example, for me, every year on my birthday I get an ice cream cake. I'll have ice cream cake maybe 2-3 times a year, but I only buy it on my birthday, because if I could go out and buy an ice cream cake every single day.
Oh yeah, you're an adult. You can do what you want.
Exactly. I'm an adult. I have the money to. Like, that's if I wanted to do with my life, I could. But it makes it less special, right?
Yeah.
It's not special anymore. If you eat it every day, that's just a problem.
Yeah.
I think eating an entire ice cream cake every day is a problem.
I think kind of where corporations start, like especially with like Starbucks and like the theme park, they started doing things earlier, I think, and I could be totally baseless with this claim, take my word as you will, but a lot of the times fashion companies will have their fall fashion shows starting like July and like very early August. So they're already showcasing their fall collection, sometimes even their winter ones, and then those collections start slowly entering stores. So the fact that retail is starting to transition, then also everyone kind of follows suit, because everyone starts getting in that mindset of, oh, it's now fall, we have to start prepping and doing all that stuff. Like I think like Bath and Body Works is now just full of fall candles, so it just smells like I'm not gonna lie, like I don't disgusting pumpkin in there. It's so sweet.
Yeah. No, I do think that has a lot of basis and merit. I know walking through the mall, if you look at Abercrombie, because I have to pass Abercrombie, they have leather jackets for sale. They have leather pants. And if you are to go outside right now in a leather jacket or leather pants,
you won't die.
You go die. You're going to want to rip your skin off. But that's what they're selling because people have already bought all of their summer clothes already.
Yep.
Like, because when you go shopping, I remember, because summer clothes go on sale at the end of the season, right? Because you're less likely to buy them. Like, for me, sweaters always go on sale at, like, the beginning of end of spring, and I love a good sweater, but I have to tell myself, no, Kelsey, why are you buying a sweater you're not going to wear for 6 months?
Yeah.
Well, not 6 months. Okay, more like 3.
Yeah, it's difficult because you like in the back of your head you're also thinking, oh, I'll wear it next fall, right? That's like what a lot of people say. They try to make it like transitional part of their wardrobe, but trends come and go. So that sweater you might not want to wear next year because it's not trendy anymore, or your style changes. You just don't like it.
Yeah. And I think that's like with the hard part, and I understand why stores do it. It makes sense. And then food services like Starbucks have followed suit. And I think also what has kind of happened, it's less with Halloween, I think more with Christmas. So people celebrate now Halloween from like September to October 31st. And I think because Halloween is not a religious holiday, it's more of a fun holiday, and it's kind of like it's one of the party holidays.
For sure.
Like you unless maybe you're Wiccan, again, I don't know anything about the Wiccan religion. You don't go home to see your parents for Halloween unless your parents are rich and throw a massive Halloween party every year.
Or you're the Addams family or something.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're the Addams family, Halloween is a big deal. Yeah. But it's one of those holidays where people don't have any pressure whatsoever to see their family. And like, I love my family, but Halloween is my favorite holiday. But that's because I'm a goth bitch at heart. Like, my winter wardrobe is 90% black, and I love dressing up, and I love costumes, and I love pumpkins. I love pumpkin pie. Of course, I love pumpkin spice. Although I usually have to get it less sweet.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of syrup.
It is a lot of syrup.
Yeah. Oh, funny story. So one of my coworkers today, she's very quiet. Like, at first I thought she hated me, but no, she just doesn't talk to anyone. She went and got a pumpkin spice latte today. But so she grabbed it and then she left, and she didn't drink it until she sat down at her desk, which, like, Starbucks is a good, like, 15-minute walk away from our office. No espresso, no pumpkins, like, spice syrup. It was just warm milk.
Oh, your poor coworker.
I know, it's like, you poor thing. And she's very non-confrontational. So even if she had noticed, I feel like she probably just wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm drinking warm milk at that point, but excuse me, I went and got a pumpkin spice latte, and I think it was like $8.
Oh God, yeah, I think mine was $6.
Yeah, it was expensive. Yeah. I got like an extra shot of espresso. I treated myself. I was like, first one of the season, go big or go home. I had the special milk, so it was like $8, and I was like,
yeah.
But I was so sad because it didn't even taste that good.
Oh,
I was so upset. I was like, okay, I'm still gonna drink this, but I'm not happy
well, yeah,
about it.
I paid for it. Yeah. No, that's what was me when I tried a matcha frappuccino. I hated every moment of it, but I was forcing myself to drink it because I paid $7 for it. And I was like, I hate this so much. I'm eating grass. Like, I think I would have rather just picked grass off the ground and eaten it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I feel a little responsible for that because Kelsey's currently trying not to drink coffee. And
I'm back on coffee.
Oh, are you?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. You did say this.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were trying not to. And you text me saying, I'd like kill a bitch for a latte right now. Yeah. I was like, okay, fair, valid. I get like that too. So I was like, go try like a matcha latte or a matcha frappuccino. Because I don't mind them. If I get them, I usually get them with vanilla, or I find them, if they're made with vanilla and coconut milk, that to me is very palatable. or oat milk, but I just can't drink a lot of oat milk. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, try it. Like, you don't know. Well, we have like pretty similar tastes for the most part. And then you text me being like, this is disgusting. It's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was so bad. And I was like, why am I forcing myself to drink this? I was like, because you paid $7 for it.
Yeah, it's the principle of the matter.
Should have just eaten $7 in loonies. Probably would have tasted better. No.
I feel like that's a little harsh.
Oh, that is a little harsh. I'm being ridiculous, but that's okay. That's who I am. No, but so for me though, I don't get Halloween out. I find every year. So I really like to only celebrate I love Halloween, but I like to only celebrate it in October because for me I don't want to get Halloweened out, and I want it to feel more special. And I feel like October is just such a special month.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice month, and like we're Canadian, so we celebrate Thanksgiving in October. So for us, we do get essentially like 2 holidays, and it's nice because at least like when I was growing up, October felt cozy. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like it's just a very, very cozy month. And Halloween has its place, but I would rather think of October being cozy than spooky. But I love Halloween too, but I don't like the scary parts of Halloween. I like the candy. I like It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown Halloween. Shout out. I need to go to, is it HomeSense? Because they have that like pastel ghost blanket. I like soft
I went to look
Halloween.
for it and I couldn't find it.
No, I know. It's sold out everywhere. But I like soft girl Halloween. I do like to dress up. My coworker, she asked me the other day, because she knows I like to dress up for Halloween. She's like, have you started planning your Halloween costume? I was like, no. Because I'm stressed about every other aspect of my life. That's not what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. So. No, because I love Halloween, but I'm like mid-range. I don't like super scary, gory movies. I'm not into them at all. I can sometimes do a thriller, but even those, so like last year, because I usually try to watch as many. I like kitschy Halloween.
Yeah.
I like tacky dollar store decorations Halloween. I like haunted houses, but I don't like slasher films. I have never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I've never seen Halloween because that's not my thing. I've seen so last year Trevor and I decided we would swap watching movies. He would pick one, then I would pick one. So I showed him Practical Magic for the first time, which he thoroughly enjoyed. It's one of my mom's favorite movies. And then he picked a movie called It Follows, which I hated and had nightmares about for 2 nights. Because not my thing at all. Like, it was scary, but not my thing at all.
Yeah.
And I said he asked what I wanted to watch, and I said, well, I would like to watch Halloween Town, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, Halloween Town High. That is it.
Not Halloween Town 4? Return to Halloween Town?
I'm sorry, the 4th one does not exist. It does not exist. And I feel bad because Sarah Paxton does not deserve the hate she got. Because
she truly does not. She did as well in that role as she could have.
Exactly. But no, it's not good. It's absolutely not good. And I like Twitches. And of course, I'm a basic bitch and I love Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember watching Hocus Pocus with my mother a few years ago. And we're watching the beginning and she's like, I don't remember the beginning of this movie at all. And I was like, yeah, it's the beginning of the movie is very different from the rest of the movie, but it's setting up the scene. And we're watching it and she says, this isn't a very good movie. And I said, yeah, Mom, that's the thing. It's not a good movie. It is camp. It has a cult following. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like it came out in June for some reason. Because it came out in, I believe it was 1994 in June. It did not do well at all theaters, but it got a cult following due to VHS and DVD.
Yeah.
And due to social media, it's such a cult following that we are finally getting a second one.
I know.
Which I'm happy for, because at first it was rumored that they were just going to do a spin-off without the original 3, and I said, no, that is stupid. I will not watch it. That's not what I want at all.
I'm very hesitant. Yeah. Because, you know, reboots and all that stuff usually aren't very good, but they did get the original 3, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm just scared. With, like, a lot of popular things that come back, they seem to not age themselves well, if that makes sense.
Yes, like Sarah Jessica Parker did a reboot of Sex and the City, and I have not watched it, but I've heard it's terrible. But so I'm putting my faith in Bette Midler that she did not let it be horrible.
I feel like she wouldn't.
No.
She wouldn't.
Yeah. But that's the thing, and when it comes out, because it comes out at the end of this month, I'm going to wait till October 1st to watch it, because as much as I want to watch it the night it comes out, I want to only watch my Halloween movies in October. And I am the same way about Christmas movies. I only watch them in December. And then in between Halloween and Christmas, I have Joan Cusack Ice Skating Month, where I only watch movies that have Joan Cusack in them or have to do with ice skating, either hockey, figure skating, speed skating. It's a weird month I have made.
It's a good month, though. There's like decent
it's a great month, and I only watch those movies in Joan Cusack Ice Skating Month. Like when I do my watch of the first 2 Mighty Ducks movies, it's always in November.
Yep.
And the month always finishes with Ice Princess because it's Joan Cusack in an ice skating movie.
You gotta finish it off with the best.
Exactly. And I mean, I will watch Toy Story in other months of the year. That's kind of like the one exception. Because it's Toy Story.
Yeah, that's a seasonless movie.
Exactly. But I try to keep it that way because it makes it more special. And I feel like with companies, they just try to stretch it out further and further. And when is it finally going to come to the point where stuff is for sale year round?
Yeah, well, I remember growing up, mini eggs. Those were only available at Easter. And they would fly off the shelves. I had a friend when I was in high school who was like obsessed with mini eggs. Like she would come to school with like the family packs of them and like finish them within like 2 days. Like she loved mini eggs. And the movie theater that we all used to go to, and then a bunch of my high school friends started working at, they sold mini eggs all year round. So like that's how she kept having them. But then I remember the grocery store started carrying them all year round. I think it wasn't for very long. And she was so excited, but she eventually stopped eating them. And I'd be like, oh, do you not have any mini eggs? She's like, I'm just tired of them. I'm like, because it's not as special, right? Like, it's like buying, like, boxed chocolates. I could go do that. I could go buy myself boxed chocolates, but that's usually, like, a special occasion holiday thing. So I don't do it very often.
Yeah, because with marketing, it comes the whole marketing tactic of limited time only. But comparing it with, it's 1 year longer, right? So it's wanting that longevity sales, but also wanting those hype sales, right? People will buy things when they know it's only for a limited time.
For sure.
Because if it's year round, they're like, oh, I can get that anytime.
Yep.
But they also don't want to make it where they're losing out on sales.
Exactly. It's like, you know, McDonald's and the Shamrock Shake in March, which I've always wanted to try one.
Still have never tried one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna do it. We will do
it this March. We swear. This is live. This is a live contract we're making. Amy and I will get Shamrock Shakes in March.
Yeah, like
we'll drink them on stream.
Yeah, we'll do a taste test. I want to know.
You want to know what it tastes like.
I want to know. It's just mint. That's all it is. But I want to feel a part of something.
Okay,
I want to be able to say that I've had one.
Yeah. And then once you move, so going back to merchandise and stuff. So there's the argument in Canada that you should not start celebrating Christmas until after November 11th, because November 11th is Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be respectful to our veterans, that we don't start with the holiday throw up until then. Now, it's one of those things where you talk to some veterans, they don't care. You talk to some other veterans, and
it's a hill they will die on for the rest of their life.
Exactly. My grandfather is a veteran. He lives in a farm in the middle of nowhere and talks to sheep and like 3 people. If I asked him, he would tell me, I don't care. Do what you want. But that is his opinion, and he does not speak for all veterans.
No, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion about that for sure. I mean, when I worked at Starbucks, there was every year they come out with the red cups, and there's
oh god,
I don't want to say there's always controversy around it, but one year there was huge controversy around the cup because it was a gradient. So there was usually there's like snowman or snow or like holiday scenes. They're not, people started calling them like Christmas cups, but they're not Christmas cups. We called, like, they're always just known as like the red cup or a holiday cup. Because again, we're a business. It's some quote unquote inclusive.
Yeah.
It's a holiday cup. But people lost their damn minds when all it was red. Because, oh God, we're taking the Christ out of Christmas by just having a different art style cup. And it was so insane. But, like, Starbucks usually starts their Christmas usually like the first week of December. And for a while, like, when I worked there, I'd get some people be like, this is really disrespectful of you to do. And I was like,
Wait, no, it starts in November.
November. Yes, sorry, November.
Yeah.
Like, usually the first week before Veterans Day. And people would be like, this is really disrespectful. And I'm like, I just work here. I don't make these decisions. I just do what I'm told. But when we did that, there was like a hard rule for a while where Christmas music wouldn't start till after. So you would have like normal cafe music, but like just Christmas cups and stuff would start.
And one of another like insults to, I know we're like ragging on Starbucks, but so many other companies do it too. It's just we can speak from our personal experience.
Yeah.
So Starbucks comes up with their holiday drinks, and usually say, your peppermint mocha, your caramel praline latte, the creme brulee, there's something with pecans. Anyways, people know which ones we're talking about. And they would sell these reusable cups. And I only worked one holiday season there. Now, Amy, would you like to fill everybody in on the shit show that is these stupid red reusable cups?
I'm gonna have flashbacks. So I was very fortunate. One of my favorite things to do while I worked for the company was doing the Christmas rollout. It was really, I would always ask my last manager that I worked with, he knew that I liked to do this, so he would always schedule me for it. So I think I only did it maybe 2 to 3 Christmases. But it was so much fun because you get to like look at all the merchandise and set it all up and put the posters up and blah, 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 blah. And what Starbucks started doing, I think, within the past 5 years, I don't know how long they've been doing this for now, but it's at least within the past 5 years, they do this red cup, like reusable red cup promotion, where if you are one of the first however many people in the store, you essentially get this red cup that's reusable, and if you bring it in, you get 50. Every year it was different. The last one I remember doing, it was you got 50 cents or like $1 off whenever you ordered a holiday drink. So, I mean, not that big of a bargain, but people lost their goddamn mind over these cups. I remember, I think this was the last Christmas I worked. I set up the night before, and we were looking for the red cups, and I think every store was supposed to get 50, 75, I don't know, like a decent amount of cups. We got 20. And we were like, oh no, this is bad. And so I think my manager had to like call around just to see if some stores got more than they were allotted, because he was going to go run out and get some, because he just knew it was going to be a madhouse if he didn't. And I honestly...
And that's the thing, is they've literally like trample employees. There's tons of like employee horror stories on these Ray Dunn ladies. And lately, Ray Dunn is coming out with more holiday decor. And I don't know, I see some like cute Halloween stuff and I go, oh, that's kind of cute. And I turn around and then it'll be like, boo, in that terrible font. Yeah. Or it'll just say Halloween. And I'm like, this stuff isn't cute. And I like think like, if I try, does it look okay backwards? I can kind of hide it. Like this girl found this really cute like witch hat that was a chip plate, but then you turned around, it literally said Ray Dunn on it.
Ew, no. Ray Dunn, no.
I want a cute like witchy chip hat. Or yeah. And they've been coming, and every single year at Winners, after the holiday ends, I see so much Ray Dunn stuff, holiday Ray Dunn stuff on clearance, because no, like especially in Canada, it could be just where we live. Ontario may be different. I feel like Ontario is different. Yeah. Because there is a cultural shift between the provinces, sure. And maybe Albertans really like it.
But I BC, feel like, yeah.
Yeah. But in BC, nobody cares for that at all. No. Like, that shit is always half off.
I came across a TikTok of this girl who's like luggage shopping at Winners, and she's like, oh, the luggage was so cute, and then she like turned it around and it said like jet lag or something stupid because it was a Ray Dunn piece of luggage. She's like, yeah. God damn it. She's like, maybe I'll just paint over it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't understand the draw. Like, I really do not. It's not cute. It's kind of tacky. And then they were charging so much for it. Like, a mug was like $20. And like, if I'm paying $20 for a mug, it better have like a cute picture on it, or it be from like, you know, Disneyland, or you got me a mug for my birthday that had Dolly Parton on it. I don't want a mug that just says coffee.
Yeah. Like, it's just boring. Like, you want some personality to your things. But I think it comes down to, there was like an insertion of a lot of minimalistic, simplistic trends. So it was a way to kind of, you know, show off a little bit of personality. Or like, it seemed quirky because like you buy like a jar that's shaped like a pig and it says oink on it, and you're like, haha, that's kind of fun. Like, you know, you're not a regular mom. You're a quirky mom because you have such quirky mom. Yeah, you have such like fun kitchen decor.
Yeah. I went through a phase where I wanted to be kind of a minimalist, more like streamlined, and then it was really hard. So you and I were living in our one bedroom loft, and I was like, we have too much shit. Our shit is everywhere. Like, so I redid our apartment. It did look a lot better, like when I redid it. But I was like thinking like, my design is so much different than Amy's. Like, she's got too much stuff. Like, I want this to be a grown-up apartment. Like, we have way too don't let me finish this thought before you say anything. Don't worry. So because I was going through a phase where I was like, how am I supposed to bring men here or women here? And then, don't worry. I can see, like, for those who are listening, Amy's face, she is struggling not to interrupt right now.
Yep, I'm just going to back away from my mic.
So I tried to redo our apartment, you know, a little bit more like blacks and whites and streamlined, but still like, you know, we framed posters and stuff to make it more adult. We have moved into this house, and I am a maximalist at my core. I have just been struggling to try and shove it deep down, like my thoughts and feelings. And don't give two shits anymore, and I have just let it out, because every time we would decorate for the holidays, we would go balls to the wall. And when Mason and Trevor, when we were still living in the apartment, came over for New Year's, we had all of our Christmas decorations still up, and Mason was so happy. He's like, this feels like a home. Like, this feels like people live here and there's love and there's care.
It's not fun. I'd rather show my personality and things I like than I would 100% rather be called tacky than boring.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least if I'm tacky, I got something going for me.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really... I understand the fear of, like, bringing people home. That is a little scary. I think you definitely brought more people home than I did. I only ever brought home one person.
Oh, I brought 2.
Oh, you brought 2. Oh, you beat
That
me
was it. Well, I beat you by 1.
So, and the one I brought home was like, okay, this is a lot. But I saw his place too, and his place was just as nerdy.
Did he have a bed frame?
To be honest, he showed me his bedroom, and I kind of blocked out because I was like, this feels a little weird. I don't think he did.
Okay, so no matter what our house looked like, it was better than his.
Yeah, you don't have a bed frame, exactly. And we're automatically better than you. That's just how it goes. But it just, you can have fun personality. Like, my boss, sometimes in his Zoom backgrounds at work, he has this really cool, it's like a 3-panel piece of art. And I just always thought it was like the world map. And it was really, really cool until one time we were on a Zoom meeting and somebody went, hey, you still have that map of Westeros up in your apartment?
Oh,
and then I looked closer at it and I thought, oh my god, it is. But it was cool because it was split into 3 panels. So it looked really nice. So you can have very nerdy things and still have it look very nice. You don't have to be boring with stupid Ray Dunn things.
No, you can have personality. You can have spice. Like, my decorating style is very much cottagecore, gay witch who likes butterflies and possibly eats children. I don't know. I am very much like a cottagecore witch. Like, I have like a weird mix between two. Like, my background is a combination also because I love my partner, but our bedroom is very like cottagecore because that's what we decided to theme our bedroom. But he also has vaporwave Diddy Kong posters because that's also his style because he is a gamer.
Yep.
Behind me here is for our visual listeners, I am pointing to the things behind me in the background on my stream. Vaporwave posters, a Donkey Kong bookshelf that I made Trevor. So this is, I have the Trevor section behind me because we share this office. And then I have my section, which is a copy of Little Woman, succulents, and miniatures I got at the dollar store, and birds, even though I hate birds. But the bird is really... It's a ceramic bird. I'm fine with ceramic birds.
Yeah.
It's just the real ones that can poop on you and dive bomb you. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, my decorating style, I would say a little bit like a kindergarten teacher. It's a lot. There's a lot of everything everywhere.
Yeah.
Probably like fairy core. I'm not like cottage core, but I like color. I like fun things.
Yeah.
Anything that could be used as like children's room decoration, I probably own. I was on a Zoom call one time also with people at my work, and they saw I have these like IKEA lamps that are balloons, and then one of them is a cloud. And he's like, oh, did you get those from IKEA? And I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, oh, we put those up in my daughter's room. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, no. But it was... But that same manager, though, sent me a Etsy link to his daughter has cloud shelves.
Oh, cute!
Yeah, in her room. And he sent a photo, just because we were talking about room decor. So he sent a photo of her, like, wall. And I was like, where did you get those shelves? So he sent me the link, and now I kind of want them.
And that's the thing, is, it's, you know what? I think when you're a young adult, you go through kind of a weird period, but it's the same thing as when you go through a teenager where it's like, oh my god, I cannot go to Walmart and be seen with my parents. And then now I'm 27 and I'm go, Mom, can you take me to Costco? We can buy matching Kirkland sweatsuits.
Yeah.
But you go through the same thing with design when you're younger, like, oh, I want this place to be sleek and sexy, even though I can only afford the same 5 IKEA furniture pieces that everybody has, to this is my stuff. I like it. I bought myself a Barbie because I couldn't have Malibu Barbie when I was a kid, so I have adult money and I bought her now, and she lives there.
Yep.
Yeah, like because like there's that whole like healing your inner child, but you have adult money. Who cares what you do with it as long as you're not hurting anybody?
Exactly.
And you're having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and everything is legal.
Exactly. I understand, like, quintessentially, minimalistic seems more grown up because essentially you have a place for all of your things, right? And you also, it makes it look like you don't need a lot of things to be happy, which is true. Goods don't equate happiness, but I mean, I have a tiny little froggy chair sitting on my shelf, and oh boy, does it make me happy every time I look at it. for our for our non-visuals, I am holding a tiny little clay froggy chair, and it makes me very happy.
Yes, we did. Sidebar, we did Secret Santa for Christmas. We do Secret Santa for Christmas with our friends.
Yes.
And the one rule is that you have to make the item. Like you can design it, because like if you have like a Cricut and stuff, you can design it, but you have to make it. You can't just buy something. So the first year I got Daniela and I made her a Martha May Whovier Barbie.
Yes.
And then, so, like, I got a Barbie from the dollar store, but when I took her dress off, her legs were like toothpicks, so I had to sculpt new thighs on her. And then last year, I got Amy, so I decided I was going to make Amy a froggy chair from Animal Crossing Christmas ornament. And, oh boy, did that make me very frustrated, because trying to make a chair stand up with clay is not easy. There is pins in the legs.
Yeah,
to make it stay.
A couple of the pins are starting to peek out.
Yeah, so you just gotta be careful.
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
Don't break yourself.
It's not for children.
Yeah, it was honestly that was my third try. That's pretty good for my.
Oh, it's great. It's so good. It's so, like I said, warms my heart every time I look at it. It's great.
Yeah, and I mean, I was so worried about bringing somebody back, because I remember when I was dating, men would ask me, because I primarily was dating men. They would be like, because I said, oh, you know, I do share a 1-bedroom apartment with my best friend, and then I have to go into the story of why we had to move into a 1-bedroom, because they were always like, what do you mean you live in a 1-bedroom apartment with your best friend? And then one guy was like, oh, like, no, buddy, Amy and I are not, we're not going to join forces with you, sir.
No, like, absolutely not. That's the last thing I absolutely want.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah, thankfully I only had one guy ask that, and I was like, no, sir, no. Just because we both gay does not mean we both want to touch you. Yeah. And they'd be like, well, what do you do when you bring someone over? And when I was asked by him, I had never actually brought anybody over, because it's just the situation
never got that far.
Yeah, because Amy and I was like, well, what do we do? And we're like, okay, like, you know, if we're gonna have a caller spend the night, this is what we will do. And the one time I did have a caller spend the night, I said, Amy, I'd like to have the place to myself. Amy's like, cool, I'll go see Parasite.
Yeah, I went and saw Parasite, and then I don't think you put a sock on the door, but I had to sleep on the couch.
The one time I did put a sock on the door was a joke, because Trevor and I were giggling in there.
Yeah, and I had headphones in. I was like, I saw it, and I had headphones in, and then you guys come out, you're like, were you not phased? I'm like, I had headphones in. I just kept them in the whole time like a good little kid.
Exactly, we wanted to prank you, and nothing was going on.
No.
And you were like, you're just accepted, which is good. But this is something why I talk about. So Amy kind of let me try my minimalism thing for a little bit, but then of course we just love stuff. So we started buying things, and Amy and I both fell in love with our partners at that apartment full of Disney and thing throw up, and neither of our partners gave two shit. They enjoyed it.
Yeah. They did.
And with our current house right now, so every time we throw a party, all of our parties have themes because, of course, if we said this many times, it's 2022. Your party better have a theme. We leave up one decoration from every single party as like a little reminder. Like it started with Amy's birthday. We left up a butterfly sticker. I have our little envelopes from Valentine's Day. We still have my birthday banner up.
Yeah.
We have one of your Adventure Time signs up.
Oh, one of the snails is still in the bathroom because he's just keeping you company.
Exactly.
We have like Mickey Mouse stickers on the dishwasher.
Yeah. And we're happy. And it makes us happy, but also comes back to that holiday thing is if we left the decorations up year round, it wouldn't be special.
Yeah.
So we do take most of them down, but we just leave one little piece as a treat.
Yeah, that's a nice little memory.
Exactly. But I think in order to cap this, because this does all make sense together, even though it feels like we may have gone on a tangent, but as we do.
As we do.
In your honest opinion, Amy, do you think the pumpkin spice has come out too early?
No. There's been years when I've worked and it's come out earlier. So I don't think this is that early. I'm okay with it coming out beginning of September. I feel because usually we don't have heat waves up until the beginning of September. This is a little bit of unprecedented weather. Mm-hmm. I think September is okay because September is it's the start of a new year for a lot of people. You know?
Yes. It's the start of the school year.
We're going into like the last half of like the fiscal year for a lot of businesses, I think. So I don't think it's too early, and I think it's a nice little treat just to kind of give I think it's a very subtle way to be like, hey, summer's over, or it's coming to an end.
Yes.
You know?
I do think they hit it out of the park a few years ago when they brought in the pumpkin cream cold brew.
Oh, yeah, that's game changing. They did a really good job with that.
It's too hot for a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
So I think once bringing in a transition drink was very, very smart because an iced pumpkin spice latte is not good.
No, it's not. It's not bad, but
It's not bad, but this is a better drink, and then you can transition to the warm, because I usually transition to warm coffees around the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a fun fact to leave everybody with is on Trevor and I's first date, I ordered a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, oh yeah, it's coming back around. Oh my god, y'all have been dating for so long. Gross.
I know, we've been dating for almost 2 years. Cool. So, which is
basic.
Really gross because we started this podcast before we started dating. So this podcast has been going on for
it's been 2 years. We didn't even address that. Oh.
No, we did not. We absolutely did not address our second anniversary, which was in July.
Happy belated anniversary.
Happy belated. Because remember last year, our friend selfishly got married on our first year anniversary and we still celebrated it.
Oh, yeah. How dare she?
No. How dare she? But Amy, is there anything else to add before we wrap up this episode?
Enjoy when things are seasonal. Enjoy the fleeting nature of it, because that's what makes it special. And if we had it all the time, if we had everything all the time, nothing would be special. So, enjoy it. That's all I got.
Those are wise words, Amy.
Thank you.
Wise words.
Thank you.
Now, with a little bit of a ho 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 and a spooky Give us the outro.
I liked the mix of that. Yeah. But thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode. We appreciate it as always. As a friendly reminder, we're live on Twitch the first and third Thursdays of every month, and then you can listen to the recordings over and over and over again as many times as you would like the second and fourth Thursdays of every month. You can follow us on Twitter at CYTMS Podcast, and you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Can You Take My Shift. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, Google Podcasts. You can also listen to us over on YouTube, where again you can see our beautiful faces there. You can find Kelsey Peets. Oh my god, why did I say that first? You can see I was doing so good.
No, you're doing great. Keep going.
You can find Kelsey at Kelsey Peets on Twitter and Instagram, and at Bolin_KP on Twitch. And you can find me at Shelly Amy on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. So that's all for this week. Until next time, Kelsey, can you take my shift?
No, I've got to go chug 5 pumpkin spice lattes.
That's a lot. Why would you do that?
That's what I want my insides to sound like.
Yeah, they will. And coming out too.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.